The ladies of Madison.
As women, we don't know quite how we act. We have a lot of power, but we don't
The ladies of Madison.
And it's like we dictate, right? We dictate what it is that a man will do by what we allow.
If black woman that's only looking for a black man, you're gonna be asked out.
Yeah.
Straight up and down. But on the inside, that she has to recognize within herself.
Well, that comes with age, that comes with experience, that comes with wisdom, that comes with going through things. And straight off the bat, as a young girl, you don't know those things.
The ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison Avenue. The ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison.
The ladies of Madison Avenue. Tonight we're live on Brooklyn Public Network, and I have my fellow producer and friend, Miss Siobhan Manswell.
Hi, audience. Thanks for having me, Shantae.
You're welcome. She is the host of Gazebo. So I'm going to let her tell you what Gazebo is.
Okay, well, Gazebo is what you would call a shelter for a mental feast. I will have a panel of guests who...
I like that, shelter for a mental feast.
Yeah, because a gazebo is a shelter. Mm-hmm. And basically it houses with all sides open. And that's how I came up with the premise for Gazebo. And that's exactly what it does. All open sides coming from people who have an understanding of the topic from a professional standpoint. Mm-hmm. And we do it over drinks. We're open in all sides, and we shelter with a mental feast.
What kind of topics do you talk about? Give me an example of what it would be like on the set of Gazebo.
Well, on the set of Gazebo, we're actually inside of a gazebo.
Okay. Doing
this thing, and I'll narrate the topic, which might range anywhere from talking about what it means to be a DJ, what it means to be a sound, a DJ, a sound, a selector, and I have an episode like that. Mm-hmm. I have another episode where the topic was more politically geared, where I hosted...
oh, sorry, you had Rent Too Damn High.
I had Mr. Rent Too Damn High. In the neighborhood of Flatbush, Brooklyn, he's affectionately known as Papa Smurf. Mm-hmm. And he's big on his solid stance for why rent in New York is becoming so high. He talks about gentrification. He's not scared to address the topics. Mm-hmm. He's also a Vietnam vet, and a proud one too. And I had a fellow Vietnam vet, so we have two elders talking to the youth about how we should relate with each other mm-hmm. on these matters and what it means to stand strong on these matters as a community. Even though we do have drinks, I call it more of a libation to our ancestors, and it invokes the spirits over spirits. Mm-hmm. So Gazebo is a shelter for a mental feast where we do that.
That's a very interesting topic. If people don't know, I have a show called The Ladies of Madison Avenue, which is a female panel talk show. Mm-hmm. And we base our show on relationships and the black woman and the black man. But we also focus on solutions, because my aim of Ladies of Madison Avenue is just for a place where we can talk about our issues, because some things that we go through, I will admit other races don't go through as much, and I feel like we need a place where we can talk about these things. I have men on my panel as well, so men come and give their opinions, because we respect, we respect the man's opinion on our show as well. So we want all sides to come to the table and just to have better relationships. And we talk about a lot of things. One of my most popular topics was, do men push women to lesbian relationships? That was the show that really struck
a chord, huh?
Amazing feedback. We got like over 30,000 hits on YouTube because of that show.
Wow.
And a lot of people commented. A lot of comments were not so nice, but it definitely was dialogue that got people talking because of the state of the dating situation. Mm-hmm. So tonight,
it gets fair too to get the perspective from men also. Even if it's a show where ladies are drawn and talking about, they're a counterpart. They do matter. So I'm glad that you incorporated that.
And wherever you go, the topic of discussion is relationships. I don't care. It could start with politics. It could lead to gentrification. It could go to the animal kingdom. But mostly people want to talk about relationships.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we have to correlate with each other, man and woman. So
Exactly.
if we start with our relationships with each other, as women too, our relationship with each other, we can build better to advance
Definitely.
with our our male counterparts. So why not?
Definitely. So we're going to go off the top here tonight because this is just like some,
It's cool.
last minute girl talk.
So let's deal with the state of affairs.
So, like, okay, since you're a host as well, I'm going to put the ball in your court because I'm always choosing the topics and I'm always kind of in control. And right now, I don't want to be in control. So, I'm going to let you choose a topic and then I'm going to feed off of what you want to say tonight.
Well,
Relationship based
topic. I think a great topic to cover for relationships is what exactly in this day and age makes a woman feel more comfortable with dating a man online as opposed to meeting face to face and like a regular blind date, as opposed to meeting somebody and sifting through online. You know, is it a safer situation to date online for a woman, or, you know, is it better to keep it traditional and meet through a mutual friend, or, you know, just meet somebody on the street, or is it the same thing?
I still like the old-fashioned way that you meet people. You know, you see them in wherever. You get to have that face-to-face. You know, you get to feel their energy. Online, anybody can lie. They can tell you they're this and they're that. They'll show you pictures from 20 years ago that's not them. You know, and they can basically fool you. And then when you get to meet the person, and online is tricky because you can fall for someone if you're constantly in contact with them via email and texting and talking before you even have that initial face-to-face.
Yeah.
So who's to say when you do have that face-to-face, you're going to have chemistry? At least when you meet someone face-to-face, you know right then,
Instantly.
do you have chemistry with this person? Are you attracted to this person? Because you can see a picture and, of course, say, oh, he's so fine, blah, 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 blah. But when you see them, there's nothing.
This is true, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, being that, like, for example, we're both very busy women. We both work, and, you know, we've taken what some might call our hobby to a greater extent where we explore it in a sense where we're consumed with this, is passionate for
Right.
us, and it becomes a part of your life where time is consumed in this way too. So work, film, discussion, you know, it's easier for me to go online and sift through, can I say candidly, sift through the bullshit and get to, you know, what appears, you know, superficially at first, of course, what appears to be worthwhile, and then you look at their content to see if what they're saying is worthwhile to complement what, you know, the superficial aspect.
So how do you know it's not just bullshit?
Well, it depends on the exchange between you and the person, and, you know, if you can keep that yin and yang going for a little period of time before you actually meet, maybe it's kind of like the same thing as traditional now, but we're in a different time. So whereas everyone else is expanding their opportunities of meeting online as well as meeting in person, through mutual friends or whatever, this just increases the chances now of you being able to meet somebody that may be compatible with you. It's just how much of a chance are you willing to give to a person, and how much of your mask you're willing to take off for someone online to know who you are, and how much they're willing to exchange so you can see who they are also.
Do you have any success stories from yourself from dating online?
Success stories? Well, I must say that if I've met anybody online, one success is always them, you know, acknowledging that I'm a beautiful person inside and out, and I appreciate that. I haven't had anyone meet me and say that they've had a negative experience, and I myself can say that I haven't had negative experiences, but I know when to call it quits with somebody that is not going to be conducive to utilizing my time in a smart way. A lot of people are out there to see who is trying to be the sexiest one, to send them ass pics all day, boob pics, or maybe even somebody who stimulates their mind in a way that they don't get from people around them anyway, because they may be living a trifling life and need to receive some positive energy from somebody that can give them that. So it should be a fair exchange with whoever that you date online, I think. And if it's not, and the scales are tipped too heavy on the cons as opposed to the pros, skate. It's easier to skate on somebody that you met online.
I hear you. I don't know. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I
You
come
cross the
to
bridge
it.
when you come to it.
Yeah,
you
let's switch it up a little bit,
Sure.
because we talked about online dating. What do you feel about friends with benefits? Because that seems to be the new relationship for 2014, or this millennium, should I say. I'm finding that men and women just want to have sex with no commitment. Now, this is something that's new, because I don't feel like it was like this back in the days. I'm coming from a period where men did take you out, they did court you, but right now everything is just so easy. What's going on? Like, what is this switch?
From my viewpoint, I think that the reason why it's easy like that is because we're in a time frame where everything's fast paced.
And going back to what you said about the online dating and the Facebook and the social media, where you said, of course, you could get the ass pic in 2 seconds. That's a part of it.
Yeah,
because I can meet you on social media today, and I'm at your house tomorrow, and that's just how it goes. With
everything's
right.
fast paced. Everything's fast paced, and furthermore, it's like, okay, if we choose to meet after speaking one time, the individual has to understand what it is that the other individual wants to gain out of that friendship, relationship, friendship with benefits, whatever you want to classify it as. But the best part about it is that you have a choice in the matter, and it's that easy to escape from those situations as well as you, and as quick as you got into
right.
that
But my
situation.
question is, why do well, you're not a man, so you wouldn't know, but why do they come to the table with that?
Because they come to the table with it because we're in a time frame for instant gratification. And if you can present it to somebody in a way where it can sound feasible, pleasable, and plausible, they're going to take you on for exactly what it is that they offer to you. Like, hey, I'm a guy. I love the way you look. You're awesome looking, and you're beautiful too, Shantae. So if I was a dude, and I approached you, first thing I'm looking at is your aura. You're beautiful. The next thing I'm as a man, I'm thinking about is, I wonder if she has a man. Because if she doesn't have a man, how can I fit in? And basically, if I find my niche on how I could fit in, all I got to do now is probably tell you the right things to make you feel a certain kind of way that you might have never felt before, or maybe rekindle something that you did feel before.
But the thing is, men never come out and say, we're going to have a friends with benefit relationship.
Why should they?
It's just like,
because
okay.
First and foremost, they want you to be their
right.
quote unquote
But then
friend.
my thing is that just say what it is. Don't lie. If that's all you want, say that's what you want.
Then you run the risk of not getting.
Men know right away what they want. They don't want to know. They know if you're going to be wifey, if you're going to be a jump off, a smash, whatever. But then as women, we think that if I blow his mind with all this great sex, he's going to make me wifey, and that's not the case.
It's usually not the case.
I mean, and how many times do the friends with benefits make it to be wifey?
Being that there is like a maybe a 5 to 8% chance that might be the case, outside of that 92%,
it's like a 6% chance.
Hey, that's 5 to 8%. I'm gonna gauge it like that. Is that some people feel like they could divide and conquer men in a sense where if you sex them right, they might be able to stay with
But
you
it doesn't
longer.
work like
It
that.
don't, because we outnumber men by large numbers.
And because we're not honest. We're not honest with ourselves, because we'll go into these relationships knowing that we don't want that. You know, knowing deep down inside we do want commitment, we do want a relationship, we do want a man that's going to be there for us. We don't want just to be the jump off or the person that you call when you're horny. We don't want that. But we lie to ourselves thinking that, okay, if I just go along with his program, you know, maybe I can get him to sway my way. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think?
Maybe if I do all the right things and become a chameleon, you know, and be able to change up, he might pick me. But if he had no intentions on that in the first place, he's not going to pick you anyway. I don't care what you're doing to him.
It's true. Because there's too many of us out there that's doing giving the opportunity to make them feel like okay, and if she doesn't do it,
Right.
then she's
On to the
gonna
next
do it.
one.
And if she doesn't do it, then she's gonna do it.
And-
so how does you know, as a woman, this is destructive to us because we can't build with anybody that constantly looks at us as, you know, so what? There's more choices out there, and yes,
And-
there's
right.
more choices out there, because not only that, if you're a black woman that's only looking for a black man, you're gonna be asked out.
Yeah.
Straight up and down, because they're not only looking at us. There's so many different types of women in this world that they can have. If we expand our horizons a little bit too, the world is filled with people in general for us to experience.
I have to check my recording. Not only expand our horizons, but just raise our standards. If we would raise, as women, if we can come together, raise our standards to not accept the bullshit, then maybe they would think twice. Because if everybody is saying, like I said, I came up in the 80s. They didn't mind spending money on you. They didn't mind taking you out. They didn't mind doing the things that they're supposed to be doing. Even to the fact that they didn't mind even being in relationships. You know, so now, you know, and as women, we don't know how much power we have. We have a lot of power, but we don't know how to use it.
And it's not
We
just in your
dictate,
vagina either.
right, we dictate what it is that a man will do by what we allow.
Of course.
You know, the guys that's walking around with their pants sagging, walking side by side with a woman. Back in the 80s or even in the 90s, would you have walked down the street with a guy like that? You would say, pull up your pants.
I tell guys now to pull it, please, can you pull
Right,
it
but
up?
women walk down the street with these guys showing more than a woman. You know what is going on here?
I'm not gonna lie. I personally would prefer it if most dudes walked around topless, audience.
I mean, I was on the train the other day.
If they had on
and
shirts, I'm with it.
I was absolutely disgusted. The guy was heavy set. And I'm not saying nothing against heavy set guys, but he was heavy set and he was sagging. You seen the
he
whole
had the
crack.
whole butt out.
Right.
I hate to see the whole butt out at the top.
No, I saw his gray boxer shorts. I saw everything, and I was just totally appalled.
Okay, let me ask you, do you think that was his pre-planned style for the day? Or
Of course it was. It was 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Yes, that was his pre-planned style for the day.
That was his pre-planned style for the day.
Now, as a woman, I will not, if you are walking next to me and your pants is hanging off your ass, I'm going to say, please pull up your pants, or else we're not walking down the street together. But the women, you see the young girls, even older women, they allow it. So that's why I said we don't know how much power we have. And no, not even talking about sex, because like I said, women have so much power, you don't even have to have sex with a man. You know what I'm saying? To realize the power that you have. It's not all about the sex. And that's what we have gotten away from. We think if I give it up fast, if I do everything to him, he's going to want me. And that's not true.
Okay, so then what creates a conducive situation for marriage?
I'm getting excited because this is just too much.
It's cool to get excited about it, because you're passionate about what it is that you're saying. What beyond what we've been talking about makes it so that a woman can utilize her power to make a man be excited about his future with you?
I mean, first of all, for women, sex is mental. It's emotional. You know, for men, it's not. For men, it's just, okay, it's another hole. Hate to be blunt, but that's what it is. Like,
Another hole
what
to
makes
conquer.
your hole so better than hers? You know what I'm saying? And that's why, and men are conquerors. You know, so if, you know, then it's the next best thing. Like, you look good, you got on a tight skirt, you got your ass out, you got your chest out, blah, 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 blah. I'm going where, and I'm visual.
But the best thing about,
You know, we're visual. They are visual.
They are visual, and a lot of women are visual also. You know, I'm a visual woman. I like to see certain things about a man. His trapezius muscles up here. I like to see his biceps here. I like to see, you know, when he is well dressed and
Trapezius,
fitted.
what does that mean?
His trapezius, these are the traps up here. And when a man's traps are developed, I know that he is a species that is a fine specimen, because either he is used to lifting and building things, or you know, I like a fit dude, and guys like fit women too. So, you know, not to say that you can go to the gym and find your spouse there, but if you're into the gym and you go to the gym and you see a guy that's working out just as much as you're working out, he's probably into the same things you like, working out. If you're into reading books and you go to Barnes and Nobles often and you see a dude there that reads books often, then that's probably the guy for you too. And another thing that makes it difficult for the internet people is that people go on there and build a facade.
Social media in general, oh my God, that should be the next
helps
topic.
You build a facade, and you can build up who you are. You can become an internet thug. You can become somebody that
You can become rich.
You can become rich. You can be anybody that you want to be. But yet you're still in a bathroom taking a selfie.
I mean,
with dirty laundry in the
real
background.
talk, I've met people through social media, and they have been total liars. Everything that they portrayed to the world is a lie, and I just don't understand. I just don't understand it.
Because it's a virtual fantasy world.
But eventually, you know, you might meet these people. You might meet that Instagram person. You know what I'm saying? You might meet that person on Facebook. The world is small.
It is small.
You know how many degrees of separation? What's that saying?
Used to be 6.
But I mean, with social media, you never know you're going to meet that person anywhere. And if they really know what you're about and what you try to portray yourself as, and then when they find out the person, and then, you know, men get mad and they want to call us gold diggers.
No, the new word is a thought.
Okay, don't even talk about that. Don't say that on this show. I know. We're not even going to give
Okay.
that word any dignity tonight.
Yeah.
But my thing is that they get mad. They call us gold diggers, say we after the money, we after what they have. But you're on Instagram with wads of money in your hand. Probably you just got paid and that's all you had.
And
you know, that's all you had to your name. Or you showing off your cars, or you're bragging.
You're promoting the braggadocious
Right.
side.
You're bragging about
who
what you have, But then if somebody says, "Let me get $100," you want to call her gold digger, or you want to say, "Oh, she just want me for my money." But you putting out this image, you know, and men do that all the time. That's what the fancy cars are for. That's what, you know. That's what the red bottoms and all that stuff. It's just to attract us. So you cannot be mad for something, but you want to pull yourself out like you P. Diddy or something.
But you know what's the most sad part about it is that if it wasn't for social media and it wasn't for like Facebook and things like this, which are tools. You know, and you can use these tools to either do good or you can use them to do bad. I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus, but like, if someone records you and then plays you in your natural state, that's not something that somebody wants on a TV anymore. No, we have to be in our totally unnatural state to get any burn. You got to be decked out. You got to be.
And that's all a facade, though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, it's for building a facade.
Even
and whoever falls into that line of loving it, then you give them what they love until they don't love it anymore.
The ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison. Real talk is real. The ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison. Real talk is real. The
You
ladies
wicked
of
for that,
Madison,
boy.
the ladies of Madison,
How you just gonna come in and cut?
Real talk is real. The ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison. The ladies of
Now you
Madison,
made it
the
too
ladies
dark.
of Madison, the ladies of Madison.
Hi, I'm Shantae.
The ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison. The ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison, the ladies of Madison.
Nobody like Patrick.
Don't even go there. Patrick never worked with us.
The ladies of Madison.
Yes, he told you.
Let me zip my lips before they sink
Denzel
ships.
Washington or Spike Lee or Robert Townsend. And that's just the celebrities. I'm not talking about the good background people.
That's somebody we need to know.
You know what I'm saying?
Toodles.
Bye, boo. You took me in my place. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. Who's Felicia anyway?
From Friday. Remember the crackhead?
Oh, why was she called? That's why she called her that?
Remember when Ice Cube was like, bye, Felicia?
Yeah, but that's not very nice to call Nene that.
Who called her that?
Who else? Her arch nemesis?
Portia?
No. Kenya.